Many businesses appear to have been left on the shelf when it comes to high-speed broadband. It's a long-held source of frustration to those eager to broaden their horizons.
It is very frustrating. I mean, many of them, even on the high street businesses, have been encouraged to change their model over the last 2 years of doing business. But when the connectivity isn't there to back them up, how are they supposed to progress? How are they supposed to contribute to the economy if the infrastructure isn't there?
An IT expert in Murray has echoed the sentiment, angry that promises were broken and thousands of business people were left behind.
I work for some estate agents, and quite frankly, it's one of the first things on the list is what is the broadband speed at the house? And if it's not high enough, they reject it. Broken promises is the big issue. We've been promised fast broadband now for many years. There was a Scottish Government pronouncement that it was all going to be across Scotland by the end of 2021. Somebody even offered their resignation. That just didn't happen.
Business leaders are, however, being urged to dive in and make hay with new ventures online.
Rural businesses that have typically had quite a narrow window of opportunity for where to sell their goods and services, and this can be anything, by the way. It's not just, craft jewellery in Orkney. It could be people doing other people's tax returns. It could be all sorts of businesses. They have previously had a very narrow opportunity, and now it's a much bigger one. They could be selling their goods and services not just in Scotland, not just in the UK actually, but all over the world.
But some have even had to resort to hiring their own engineers to bridge broadband gaps across Scotland. Privateer Richard Allen making the connection that many people in the north of Scotland still crave, and it could be many years yet before the entire north is connected.
Whilst they're aiming for 5 years, that's not going to happen. It's going to be 10 years plus before people have the connectivity in certainly some of the most outlying areas.
The Scottish Government maintains that its £600 million Reaching 100% programme will connect more than 112,000 properties, most with full fibre and broadband speeds 30 times faster than initially envisaged. BT says fibre-based broadband now reaches more than 98% of premises, and that it had an obligation to reach the most homes possible with the funds available. It hasn't put a timescale on a 100% connection rate. Iain Ramage, STV News.